Hi everybody, I'm April.
I'm Carol.
I'm Peter, and this is Leilani.
And this is our Blessed story. Peter and I met, maybe 4 or 5 years ago?
Correct.
One of the things that we found that we had in common was that we both wanted to adopt someday. Well, we wanted to start a family, but specifically, we wanted to adopt. If it weren't for our church family and our family and our friends praying for us through this process, this wouldn't have happened. So God literally made this process happen. One story that I wanted to share with you was when Pastor Jesse introduced me to somebody, and she and I started talking about international ministries and then adoption and things like that. And she was inspired by our story, and she just said, hey, I don't have much. I have like a few coins in my wallet that I keep because I want to give them to charities that I feel strongly about and feel that God's calling me to donate to. So I really am inspired about your story. I know it's not much, it's just like 75 cents or something, but here's my coins. And so she gave me these coins and I was like, hey, thank you so much. Probably like a week later, I had to drive to Olympia on my lunch break. There was nowhere to park except for parking meters. Well, who carries change anymore besides this girl who gave me her change? And so I was kind of freaking out. And so I said, oh, that's right, I have these coins that this girl from church gave me. And she specifically had said to me, I pray that God uses this money in a very specific way to help you with the adoption. I park at the parking meter, and it was exactly the amount of change that I needed for the parking and to get a document for the adoption authenticated so that I could send it out by the deadline. And I just that was not a coincidence. That was totally a God thing. This was all a year-long process. So Colombia, where Carol's from, the government rushed a bunch of paperwork at our request because we really wanted to tell Carol that she was being adopted on her 14th birthday. So again, prayer warriors, start your engines. We asked everybody to pray, and that if it was God's will, that would happen. And sure enough, the day before her birthday, we found out that we were going to be able to tell her everything was approved. We were approved to be her family, and we could tell her on her birthday. Do you remember that day?
Yeah.
What do you remember about it?
I remember that day I go to get ready because it's a surprise for me. But after that day, I'm feeling something. I'm feeling God made my dream. And yeah, that day I feeling excited. That day say, Carol, we are your official family. And I'm crying and everything, and that's all happened.
So that was a huge blessing. We all cried and tears of joy. And then the last part was we had to wait for immigration processes. That took several more months. And then it turns out that we were able to travel and her gotcha day, her official adoption day, was the day before my birthday. So that was my birthday present that we got to become parents on my birthday. I got to become a mom. So this is my first baby, and this is my second baby, who then came exactly 10 months after we brought home our first daughter, Carol. Miss Leilani came along. We got pregnant a month later, and that was after 2 miscarriages over a span of about 3 years. And so God blessed us with 2 kids in 10 months.
When it seems like it's hopeless, when it seems like there's nothing you can do, and that you feel like your prayers are unanswered, just keep praying, because we can tell you by experience that God will pull through, and even through the darkest storms.